Well, you're not in it.
Okay.
There. Right.
Okay.
All right. Good.
You're in there.
Great. Have you ever wondered why Japanese quality is considered to be greater than many American brands or other companies in general? How did they rise above the competition and create this lasting competitive advantage? I've long wondered this myself, why companies like Toyota, Honda, or Subaru were considered greater than great American brands like Ford or GM or Chrysler. And maybe you've thought this too. Well, it all traces back to one man, Edward Deming. Edward Deming's work philosophies and application of statistics to complex problems changed the landscape of management and manufacturing. Today, I want to share his story and how he led the quality movement. Let's start with his background. Deming was trained as a physicist. He got degrees at the University of Wyoming and Colorado before getting his doctorate at Yale. He worked at the USDA as a math physicist and taught courses at the grad school. Early in his career, he was mentored by a man named Walter Schuhart, who introduced him to the PDCA cycle, which stands for Plan, Do, Check, and Act. This process of continual improvement was a tool that would play a significant role in Deming's life. Later, he moved to the Bureau of the Census, where he served as a sampling advisor. And this is likely the first application of SQC principles to a non-manufacturing problem. Now, SQC stands for Statistical Quality Control, which is monitoring and maintaining the quality of a process through statistics. Deming believed that these principles were universal and could be applied to all other industries. He said data drives continuous improvements. His work at the USDA and his expertise in statistics led to him being chosen to research overseas in Japan. It was there that he built great relationships with the people, and he mentored a man of the Japanese Union of Scientists and Engineers, and he convinced him to come back to teach statistical methods in Japan. This was the beginning of a long mentorship. Deming made a prophetic statement that Japan could capture world market within 5 years, and he's quoted as saying, "They beat my prediction. I said it would take 5, it took 4." Deming had preached the PDCA cycle, marketing it heavily, and the Japanese people latched onto it and really ran with it. This is why it is known as the Deming cycle and not the Schuhart cycle, because of his work with it in Japan. In recognition of Deming's efforts, the JUSC created the Deming Prize in 1951 for contributions in statistical theory and applications. This all comes from the ASQ website if you want to learn more. Now, Deming tried to do for America what he did in Japan, but they were not ready to hear his message. There was a difference in the receptiveness of the people. America was abandoning these quality concepts, whereas Japan was hungry to target these quality problems that were targeting them. There, he was able to influence a group of top managers who took his words and really ran with them, unlike America, where they were not ready. In 1980, Deming was discovered in an NBC television program entitled "If Japan Can, Why Can't We?" Finally, they had heard his voice, and Deming's quality voice played a major role in the resurgence of the American automobile industry in the late 1980s. He continued to author and lecture and was well involved in the business until the late 90s. Finally, America hopped on board the quality train. Unfortunately, Japan had sealed their position as the leader. Deming was a world-class advisor who saw the potential for statistics and math in general to improve processes. He's described as a national folk hero in Japan and is seen as guiding and inspiring the rise of Japanese industry after World War II. His work philosophies and application of statistics to complex problems changed the landscape of management and manufacturing. His extensive list of publications includes nearly 200 pages, articles, and books. He's considered the original management science guru and the father of the third wave of the Industrial Revolution. He forever changed views on quality, and he's the reason Japanese have the quality reputation that they do today. Thank you.
Right here.